I'm up to 14 CDs at this point, where you can just order them by credit card online or send me a money order and have them shipped in a plain envelope and do your stuff, like CD 11, which is the corset diet, which gets you to feel sexy, feel like your waist is getting narrower whenever you go to eat food, and then you feel sexier choosing not to eat. So all my CDs are fun. Some are somewhat therapeutic. I have one for people for smoking, who feel guilty about smoking mostly. And I have this one for dieting. But there's lots of purely therapeutic ones. Mine are all fun and sexy in one way or another, and mostly angled to be either for women or for men wanting to be more like women. In the case of the corset diet one, it could actually be used by both genders.
What would you recommend to someone, let's say a straight male who's not looking to be feminized, but would still be interested in buying a product from you?
Well, my first CD is Trance Training, and all it does is it gets you very deeply into trance. It's very relaxing, and you sleep better. Now, I do this in two ways. I advertise towards men who want to be more feminine, women who want to be more sexy, and if guys want to help their girlfriends or wives to be less inhibited or more sexy, CD5 Gemini is about everyone has a good side, kind of, conventional, and a more, bad girl kind of side. And so that CD is for bringing the bad girl side, whether you're a male or a woman. Either way. I've had some women use my third CD, Elegance, which is for wanting to basically be a bit more girly, want to put makeup and do your hair and make yourself look attractive. So, some people who like to cross-dress but feel guilty about it, what they do is they use this kind of CD to go, oh, well, I can't help it. The hypnotist controls me, and I can't resist wearing makeup. And so it takes away the guilt factor.
Do you think that actually that might be considered an obstacle or maybe a problem? The fact that sometimes people will try to displace blame onto you as their hypnotist for something that they may already be wanting to do, as we have discussed earlier in this interview.
Oh yeah, I think they do that a lot, because I really can't influence someone unless their unconscious agrees to it. I really can't. Because the unconscious is what lets it happen, makes the magic happen. I have some people who come onto my site and they say, oh, I was straight before and now I'm looking at guys all funny. And it's all your fault in your site. And I go, okay, why did you come to my site and why do you keep reading my site if you're completely and utterly straight? Well, there's a lot more bisexuality than people care to admit.
In your opinion, what percentage of people would you say are bisexual?
Well, as I understand, the Kinsey report was stating that there was something like 10% of the population that was completely gay. My understanding is that the same report considered 10% of the population completely straight. Which means that the remaining 80% are bisexual to some degree. And so, if society demanded that everyone must be gay, then, again, 90% would be able to pass for gay. And 10% would pass for straight. Well, wouldn't pass. They would be those terribly, what's the word? Against God or whatever. Straight people, how could they?
And do you find that through your practice and through the people that you're meeting that these results are being mirrored?
Mirrored.
Well, are these?
Oh yes, indeed. My experience is you take a straight guy, you have him perceive himself completely to be a attractive female, and the result is that they will behave like most attractive females do. Well, actually, no. They'll probably be more having been a male, more sex inclined than most attractive females are. But otherwise, they'll be attracted to women, to men, pretty much bisexual. Because there's a lot less stigma if you're a woman to being bisexual. Whereas if you're a man, it's a big no-no.
It's about that time. We're coming to the end of our session. Linda, it was absolutely fantastic having you in studio. Very educational, and it's wonderful the way that you can totally share so much information.
Oh, it was great being here on Frank Pleasures.
Frank Talks, Pleasures and Lifestyles.
Frank Talks Pleasures. Okay. I just love playing with word. It's my craft. What can I say? And I pun a lot, too.
Yeah, you're just getting me back for screwing up your day earlier in this show. But
would I do that?
Yeah. I know you so well. We're running out of time. We've spent so much time with our lovely guest. So let's start with our lovely guest, the lovely Linda, the sexy hypnotist. Thank you so much for being a part of Frank Talks this week.
Thank you very much, Frank.
Now, just before we go, would you like to give your website address one more time?
Certainly. For all you ladies who want your man to be helping with the house chores, you might consider visiting http://adult.hypnoticwishes.com, and wouldn't he look cute in that little apron, especially while you're relaxing.
Linda, I gotta say, we love you here at Frank Talks, Pleasures and Lifestyles. Especially Zoltan, who's totally lost composure. Another first for Frank Talks. Zoltan has never totally lost it like he's losing it now. Okay, let's go on with the rest of the thank you. So thank you very much, Linda. Zoltan, thank you very much to Zoltan King, who works the tech board and my right-hand man on this show. Good night, everybody. It's been great.
Frank Talks is sponsored in part by Everything Out of Her Mouth is a Test, a man's guide to the emotional needs of women. Ladies, does your man squash your inner vixen? When you ask him to repeat what you have just said to him, does he look at you like a deer caught in the headlights? Does he think that leaving the game on while you talk to him is a good idea? Is his favorite phrase, "Yes, dear, you are absolutely right"? Does wife or girlfriend mean boring and dull to him? Ladies, don't you wish that he knows what you mean when you ask him if you look fat? Then you need to buy him the book, Everything Out of Her Mouth is a Test, a man's guide to the emotional needs of women. On sale now at franktalks.com.